my name is David. I'm a life coach, and I help people heal and recover and grow from all kinds of different trauma. This is a question and answer video I do every single Monday, and I'm answering people's questions from last Monday. So any of you, please, you have questions, go down below and ask me anything you want so I can answer them next Monday. I want to welcome new subscribers. Welcome all of you. Thank you very much for joining us. If I could ask you to do one thing, please, and support what I'm doing. If you think that this is helping you or could help other people, and maybe subscribe to my channel and like or dislike my video, tell me why, say hello, ask me a question, and maybe share this in different places, social media. You can put this in a playlist. It really helped me. I'm trying to help people, like I said, heal and recover and grow and from trauma. And most traumas and emotional pain is misunderstood, so we need to understand it. That's how we heal from it. So please ask questions. I encourage all of you to do that. Thank you very much. All I ask for you guys, you want to leave me a question? Tell us your location. Just shout your location out down there. It's great. People really like that. I do especially. And I know how it feels to recover and isolate and feel alone. And so it really could help you to feel like you're a part of something, a wider community or something, okay? It really, really helps us. I like to recommend something to you guys every week. It could be a person, like an author or another YouTube channel, something like that. Most of the times I seem to recommend something you can do to heal and feel better. And this time I'm going to recommend another supplement. And this is zinc. I'm sure all of you guys have heard of zinc. I'm not going to get into completely what zinc is. I'm just going to tell you some zinc deficiencies. Maybe that'll help you understand how important this is. You guys can relate to some of these. This is going to be deficient zinc in all minerals and vitamins. We are all deficient in them, especially stress and trauma. Our body just goes through these things. And we don't have enough supplements or minerals or vitamins that can make us feel just awful and also cause a lot of physical health problems. And I'm recommending zinc, especially right now, because of this crisis, because of illness. And this really helps our immune system big time. So zinc deficiency is characterized by growth retardation, loss of appetite, and impaired immune functions. And I'm sure a lot of us suffer from that already. Severe zinc deficiency can include hair loss, diarrhea, delayed sexual maturation, impotence, eye and skin lesions, weight loss, delayed healing of wounds, mental lethargy, many diseases linked to inadequate zinc amounts, and also many diseases are causing zinc inefficiencies in our body. I put a link down below, Amazon, as always, to a supplement for zinc, and this company, or this brand rather, is called BioSchwartz, and it's a Sambucus elderberries where they extract it from, and it's only $15.99 a bottle. So if you guys are interested, you can follow the link or find it somewhere else on your own. There are other things, supplements and stuff that may include zinc, and there's also cold medicines that include it because it's good for our immune system. I highly recommend adding zinc to your guys' plethora of supplements and vitamins. What else? That's it for that. Let's get started. Let's get started with the questions. First one is from KM in Arizona. Hello, KM. Hi, David. I've been diagnosed with ADHD since childhood. I have always made daily lists to help keep me focused. My personality disorder partner would play on my forgetfulness, gaslighting. When I showed them my checkoffs with the date and times I completed, they would rage and I would react. They would ask, is it better to be right or to be happy? I never thought of it that way. I felt I was defending my mind and their accusations that I was crazy. Then they would accuse me of never apologizing. I just ordered the fish oil you recommended. Thank you. Oh, good. I recommended fish oil last week. So I'm not there, in your discussions, and you're telling me that they're personality disordered and lots of manipulation and gaslighting. We succumb to this. And I'm telling you guys, not everybody succumbs or falls for their gaslighting. Particular people do. Myself used to be included. And it's not even that you may fall for it all the time. It's the fact that you'll sit and argue with people. Arguing with people who have personality disorders. What are we doing, right? Well, I didn't know they had a personality disorder. Yeah, but confidence, okay? Confidence is something we're not born with. Nobody. Children don't have confidence. All parents can do is provide some courage. Encourage our children to try and let them try again if they fail. If we have parents that did not encourage us, did not support us, they may have sabotaged us and didn't encourage us to try and didn't tell us it's okay to fail. These kinds of things, arguing with people like this about they're saying you're crazy and stuff like this. I'm sorry. And the more we feel better about ourselves and the more confidence we get, which comes with positive experiences, then we don't let people do this to us. Just like when somebody calls me a bad name, I'm going to sit there and defend myself and argue with them and say, no, I'm not. Because all that matters is what I know, what I think of myself. And nobody else can determine that, who you are. Okay? I hope that makes sense. We don't argue with crazy. You use crazy, but isn't it really about determining who we are and not letting somebody interfere with that or put doubt in our heads? And I'm telling you, self-doubt is a product of child neglect. I've said that for years. Thank you. If I didn't help you, please ask me again, okay? Seashells. Shelly from California. Hello, Shelly. Shelly has a question that I'm going to answer in a video after this. I've been doing this lately. I'll save a question or two and answer it and make a whole video about it. So I'm going to read it here. And I'm going to answer this tomorrow. I'm exhausted and I'm constantly being re-traumatized by my mother, who I'm kind of stuck with until this pandemic is over. I'm terrified of getting help. I'm hoping soon I will find the strength and just do it. I feel silly that I can't. I know there are people who understand, but they aren't around for me. For now, I'm just thankful I have you in your videos. Oh, thank you, Shelly, very much. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for what you're experiencing. So many people are too. So I decided to make a whole another video about this, okay? And same with Edwin from Panama asks a similar question. Cheers from Panama City, Panama. I'm struggling mightily with my no contact with my BPDX. I feel I broke up with her. To be honest, couldn't handle all the stress and walking on eggshells in every conversation. What do you recommend to do while this phase passes? I know it's a debacle in contacting her. I know how that would work. I have broken all contact, or you have broken all contact. No tweeter, no gram, no peeking her stories. Need a boost to continue this path. I'm still battling this guilt case. Thanks, David. Edwin from Panama City, Panama. Thank you, Edwin. I'm kind of grouping that together with Shelly's question because there's a lot of things we can be doing, and it's just not just with where you're at. I think that's pretty common feeling where Shelly's at and where a lot of us are at. On what do we do now, right? Actually, I want to go back to it. You know it's a debacle on contact. You're trying not to contact. You're walking on eggshells and stuff. Well, that was Shelly. You're struggling with what to do now, huh? It's like we grieve somebody or we lose somebody, right? And they're gone. And that void of space and time, and we don't know what to do. We can't just tell people not to do something. Don't contact your ex, okay? That's all you got to do. Well, that's not actually doing something, is it? So what do we do to counter what we don't do, right? So I'm going to just group this together with Shelly's question and answer it tomorrow. Thank you. Next question is from Leslie. Hello, Leslie. Hi, David. I've been watching you for a few years. Thank you. I was the scapegoat in my family. Last year, there was a family mobbing against me. It involved mother, half-sibling, and full sibling. Both siblings are female. The half-sibling became violent for a second time. I immediately went no contact with all three because they all took the side of the violent abuser. After going no contact, I realized the full picture of what had gone on my whole life, and it was escalating now. I also realized that they are proxy abusers for my mother. I'm going to repeat that. I also realized that they are proxy abusers for my mother who was violent when we were growing up. Yesterday I had horrible flashbacks of all the abuse. Are the flashbacks worse around holiday times? Well, I mean, the flashbacks are individual. We don't have the same flashbacks, not for the same reasons. Holidays are going to definitely could make them worse, especially as you're around family. Flashbacks are remembering an emotion. Memories are emotions, right? We don't remember things that aren't emotionally charged, but our memories of things in our past, such as maybe something that happened when we're 7 years old and we can describe it perfectly, it's an emotion. Healing from our past are closing these emotions that were left open because we didn't process them and we didn't understand them. Maybe we took them wrong. Somebody hurt us and we think we're a bad person. Maybe that's shame. And we kind of ignored it and left it there, left it open. So triggers, flashbacks are these experiences we don't understand still. Okay? So hopefully you will heal from these things in your past. But as we are still healing and we're traumatized still, and we have post-stress, things are gonna, these flashbacks and memories can get worse around holidays, around your birthday, areas and places these occurred, right? Flashbacks they're incredible. Our memory does something interesting, and it ties experiences also with something else together. And it might be hard to understand, but we could have an extremely traumatic experience, and for some reason our brain tied that experience to, I use this example a lot, a green car. So maybe every time we see a green car, it's a triggered flashback. But still, we have to heal from the things that were traumatic that hurt us in the beginning. But triggers that trigger flashbacks, definitely holidays could be one for a lot of people, sure. I mean, it could be all kinds of things. Smell, sounds, something we feel, somebody does something similar. So many different reasons. But holidays, yeah, holidays for sure tend to do that, trigger a lot of old memories for a lot of people. And when we can, we kind of push ourselves, and the idea is to make new memories, okay? A lot of people have severe trauma from years of relationships, and it finally ends, and then we isolate, and we don't really make new memories for the next holidays. We might isolate, not see anybody, and it might still be bad for the next year or next years because we're not doing stuff and making new memories. We got to kind of push ourselves and have a good Christmas again so that the bad Christmases aren't so significant. Our memory goes back to the last time we think of things. And if the last time you can think of a Christmas was a good one, it really overshadows the bad ones. I promise. Okay? Thank you. Marta. Hello, Marta. I don't know where you are or how. You're in Oxford, United Kingdom. Thank you. And I'm glad you asked me a question. I believe you're the last person or the person last week that asked me if I can do videos about borderlines or answer questions about borderlines. And I'm glad you're asking me again. So Marta asks, thank you for all these videos. You're welcome. Thank you. What is the likelihood for an ex-partner who might be borderline or narcissist to go back to hoovering you once you found out you have been cheated on while you were together? Do they feel any remorse when confronted with the fact, or they just don't experience any sort of guilt for hurting you? My ex cheated when we were in a relationship. I found out after 2 years of being separated, and I confronted him in an email, told him to never contact me again, despite me being pregnant. Despite being pregnant with his baby. He didn't reply. He didn't ever say I'm sorry or anything. Complete silence. Does that mean I can be at peace? He's completely left me alone now. And Marta, I wouldn't know. I don't know what he's going to do. And maybe you're asking me what all narcissists and all borderlines do. Won't matter. It doesn't mean he will. Right? And they don't all do the same thing. And I'm sure that's so frustrating to hear me say, and everybody hears me say this all the time. But who am I to tell you what this person will do? I don't know. I'm not going to claim I know what they're thinking or anything. All I can do when I get these questions and tell you what I think maybe most disordered people will do. And it's just too tough. So the first question you asked me, and let's go back to that. So what is the likelihood for an ex-partner, and you said BPD, NPD, which one? You're saying they have both? How do you know that? And how would I know what somebody has? I mean, it's just so much. To go back to hoovering you once you found out you have been cheated on while you're together. So I think him possibly finding out that you found out is going to trigger him to go back and hoover you. Just anything hearing about you. A lot of people that hoover like that, a lot of disordered people that don't process relationships very well at all, right? And they will forget about you and they're interested in a new person, say. And it's just little triggers that will trigger them to go back and hoover you. And it could be they broke up with their relationship. That relationship ended. They go back and hoover you. They start getting sad and they're emotionally dependent on you and they think of you. A song. Then he hears that, oh, you found out that he finally cheated on you this whole time. He just found out. You just found out. Oh, shoot. That's enough to hoover you. Sure. A lot of disordered people don't know who they are, don't have a real solid stable sense of self. And they're very egotistical. So what people see and what people think is the most important thing to them. So you thinking that he's such a bad piece of crap or something might matter to him. He might want to convince you that that's wrong. It might have triggered, he might have thought that he always could get you back. And now that you find this out, he can't get you back and that freaks him out and starts hoovering. I don't know, Marta. I'm so sorry. And then you ask me, does that mean I can be at peace? He's completely left me alone now. I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever or never hoover you again. I'm just so sorry I can't help you more with these questions. I will not claim I know what somebody's going to do. You know what I mean? I hope that you wouldn't have any confidence in me if I said, oh, he's going to do this. What I tell most people about hoovering is if they're disordered and abusive and things like this, almost always they'll come back once and hoover you. It's almost guaranteed. Almost. And it's a safe bet for me to say, because you don't know until you're dead if they ever do it again, right? A lot of people don't know they're being hoovered. You know, I can't even remember the statistics. Somebody feel free to put it down below if you know. I can't remember. But a massive amount of people, a massive amount of us have been stalked and don't even know it by people like exes and stuff, okay? So you could be hoovered and not know. I'm sorry I can't help you more, but I'm so glad that you're asking questions. Please keep asking more. Maybe ask more specific questions about this that I can help you with. Thank you. And Willa. Hi, Willa. Good to see you. Willa is an awesome person and contributor of this channel. Thanks, Willa. From New Jersey, Willa is. What are the subtle ways to tell the difference between healthy narcissism that turns into selfish, exploitative narcissism on the relationship moves on? This is something that I hear people, I've heard therapists say this specifically, that there is healthy narcissism. And what I take that as and what I've learned and studied is healthy narcissism in the maybe work area of society, your job, your career, maybe school, not in relationships. I've never been told what healthy narcissism is in relationships. Narcissism can, people wonder how are narcissists so successful on money and all this and their job, because that's what's important to them, first of all, okay? That's what's important to them. So that's where they put their attention, energy. Narcissism can help people succeed in these areas where they would maybe don't have the confidence yet, but they're willing to try anyways because they're narcissistic. Narcissists really overjudge themselves. They think they're better than they are, and they'll go try and not be too scared of failing maybe. Not all narcissists, but healthy narcissism can help you do that. What's quoted healthy narcissism. Also, narcissists are extremely competitive. That helps you get ahead in life, not relationships. I don't know what healthy narcissism is in relationships, and I don't care for it. I don't care for that term because we know narcissists in relationships to be abusive, at least neglectful. I don't know how that can be a great thing in a relationship. Not even the narcissist, not even someone who's healthy narcissistic. I don't see how that can help them. So I hope that answers your question, Willa, a little bit. Please tell me if it doesn't. Ask me some more, okay? I see it as being competitive, and you could succeed financially in your job market. Competing with coworkers can make the business itself better, stronger, excel, succeed more. If that's the kind of environment this company has, where employees sit there and compete with each other and it makes the business better. Do you see that? But yeah, in relationships, I don't see how it's beneficial for anyone. Thank you, Willa. Krista from Florida. Hello, Krista. Hi, David. It's me from Florida. What are your thoughts about some Americans hating American Asian? I'm Asian, and I'm scared to shop for food because some Americans stare at me. Well, Krista, I'm sorry. And if you're talking about racism or at least prejudice, I don't know what year that'll ever go away in humans. I'm hopeful. Maybe 1,000 years from now, maybe 500. I don't know. But it's a human condition. I think there might be a percentage of this kind of prejudging people in everyone. I think the more mature we become, the less we do it. The more we know ourselves and accept ourselves, we accept other people. You can see this in segregated neighborhoods in every city in the world, probably, at least in this country. Big time. Every major city, got 50 states, we got 50 major cities, and most of them, there's a degree of segregation. We stay away from things that we don't identify with or that are different. We don't understand things that are different sometimes, and we sometimes are scared of things we don't understand or that are different. We naturally gravitate towards things that are similar or that we identify with, okay? It's not an American thing, trust me. It's not just America, and it's not just against you or Asians, okay? It's prevalent in humans. It really is. And I'm sorry, Krista. I'm sorry. Maybe they're looking at you because you're so pretty. I don't know. Joan. Hello, Joan. Where are you from here? I don't know. Oh, you know what I did? I cut off the very end of your comment. I hope I got your question in here, but I don't know where you're from, Joanne. Sorry. Love your videos, David. You're very articulate, sound sensible, and knowledgeable about this subject. I listen to them all the time. Thank you very much for your support. Thanks for telling me. Could you please do a video on co-parenting with a narcissistic spouse? He is a huge man, a bully, and full of derision and hatred against everybody, me included. He has been having an affair for 5 years and now has left me and the children for that person. She is still at her house sleeping with her husband and him. And I cut the rest off, I'm sorry. So you'd like me to do a video on co-parenting with a narcissist, and I have. You know, I've got like 550 to 600 videos now. I know, crazy, it doesn't seem like that. And you may find some about this subject. I'm sure I'll do more. But what do they call it? You can't co-parent. It's called parallel parenting. Try to realize if your spouse has a personality disorder, specifically narcissistic personality disorder, you're dealing with an emotional child. So it's you and all the children, and he is one of them. Okay? The best way to do this, Joanne, is to understand him more and more and more. And I don't like to tell people to do that are recovering from abuse, because it's time to focus on ourselves. But understanding him and his disorder will help you understand how to do this, okay? Just some recommendations right off the bat. start understanding where you're at, okay, and what the truth is. No contact, everything only about the children, only lawyers, document every single thing, and at some point you're going to have to explain this to the children. I used to not be sure if you should, but now I totally know you should. And we never talk bad about him to the children, okay? And we explain to the children what you're going to tell the children is simply and nothing more, simply how to help them understand how to deal with their father, to understand their father, okay? Therapy, counseling for the children and you. I hope that helps. We communicate only through email, only about the children. Save everything, document everything. If he goes against what he's doing, always log it in, log it down, date, time, what he did, most importantly, how it feels to you. Okay? We don't need to overcompensate for this loss of father. Just be a really good mother. My best advice, Joanne, is you be the best mother you can be. And that means that you are extremely healthy. And the healthier you get, the easier this will be. I promise. Okay? Focus on you. You've got quite a job ahead of you. Get help. Good luck, Joanne. Thank you. And if I missed something else, please keep asking me. Okay? Thank you. And let's see. Where are we? So I'm going to say that's the end of part 1. I'm going to save the rest for part 2. If you guys, please, like I said, please try to help me by sharing this video and making it more active, with commenting and liking, and subscribe to my channel, please. A ton of people aren't subscribed to my channel. It just takes a click of a button. It helps me so much. Thanks, guys. Love yourself first. See you.